Friends, before we start the Shakespearean sonnet number 144, we must know a few details about the life and the sonnets of William Shakespeare. So, this short talk will be dedicated to the life of William Shakespeare, the place where he lived, and the works done by him, literary works, I mean, and especially, we will take a short pause on his sonnets and reflect on the themes of his sonnets in this short video. Here, you will see some biographical details of William Shakespeare. He was born in April of 1564 at Stratford upon Avon. It is a place in England. He was born on 23rd of April. His father's name was John Shakespeare. By profession, he was a tanner, glover, dealer in grain. He was also a town official. He first was an alderman and later he became the mayor of the town Stratford upon Avon. The name of his mother was Mary and she was the daughter of Robert Arden. He was a prosperous gentleman farmer. So, from his mother's side, uh, he had a lineage of farmer, and from his father's side, he was a kind of professional businessman, or you can say he was also a politician. So, from farmer and from a middle class person, Shakespeare had his origins. This is the place in present times. This is the flow of the river Avon, upon the banks of which the city or town of Stratford is located. So you can see the countryside feeling of this place, a calm place. And then one more picture of the same river, Avon, upon the banks of which Shakespeare's birthplace is located. This is the place where William Shakespeare was born, and today also this place is standing in the village Stratford upon Avon, and every year thousands of people visit to the place and uh, take the experience of the life in that place. Um, if we look at the early part of his Shakespeare's life, then he attended the Stratford Grammar School, which is like today's primary school. He did not go to Oxford or Cambridge, even though the people who were serious in their studies generally used to go to the universities because by that time universities were more than 300 years old. In 1582, William Shakespeare married Anne Hathaway, and of that marriage he had three children. He had a daughter, Susanna, then Judith, the son, and Hamlet, another son, who is a well-known fact that who died. And there are also speculations that his great tragic drama Hamlet has some connection with the name Hamlet. So this is his family background, his family history. By 1590, he became an actor and also a playwright. He became the leader of the Lord Chamberlain's Men and the King's Men. These were the two theater parties. The people used to come together, rehearse the theater, and present the drama to the audience in London. So by 1590, that means 8 years after his marriage, he went to London and there he became actor and playwright also. Then during his lifetime, he has written 37 plays and 154 sonnets. Some critics have also suggested that one more play, which is based on the life of Thomas Moore, was also written by William Shakespeare. But safely we can say he has written 37 plays and 154 sonnets. Along with that, he has also written seven long poems. He died on April 23rd in 1616. Every year, April 23rd is celebrated as the World Book Day. So, this is the place where William Shakespeare is buried, and at the place there is poetry written. Good friend, for Jesus' sake, forbear to dig the dust enclosed here. Blessed be the man that spares the stones, and cursed be he that moves my bones. So these lines are not by William Shakespeare, but even in that condition also, these lines are supposed to be said by William Shakespeare to the visitors of his tomb, where he says, the people that would friend, for God's sake, I ask you to not dig the dust which is enclosed here, and whoever spares these stones, whoever does not dig up his grave will be blessed by the God, and whoever moves these stones and the bones underneath will be cursed by the God. In this way, William Shakespeare's um, grave has this epigraph, and here we conclude the biological details that we wanted to know about William Shakespeare. Now we come to the themes in the sonnets of William Shakespeare. As I told you that he has written 154 sonnets, and it is likely that these sonnets were composed over an extended period from 1592 to 1598. So a span of about 6 to 7 years in which he has composed those 154 sonnets. Generally, these sonnets are divided into two parts. One is the dark lady part, and another one is fair youth part. The sonnet that we are going to deal in our next talk is from the fair youth part. The general theme of these sonnets is love. This is overarching theme. That means whatever the sonnet be, most of the sonnets have love as its theme. But there are three specific underlying themes. One of them is the brevity of life, that life is very short and it is uh, very fragile. At any moment, one can die. And art, the permanence of art against the life. So, brevity of life is one of the themes. Then, transience of beauty, that the beauty of the lady and beauty of the fair youth. And then comes the trappings of desire. And the sonnet that we are going to deal with in our next talk deals with theme number three, the trappings of desire. So these are the overarching themes of William Shakespeare's poetry. Love is the major theme, and under that major theme, we have three uh, themes which are running like a stream in the writings of William Shakespeare, especially in sonnets. These sonnets are written in iambic pentameter. Now, what is meant by iambic pentameter? We would like to see in short. Iambic pentameter is the rhythm and meter in which poets and playwrights wrote in Elizabethan England. So it was the most popular kind of meter for the playwrights and poets to write in, and it is also a meter that Shakespeare has mostly used. So most of the William Shakespeare's writings are in iambic pentameter. You can say a very small part of it is in the you say free verse, or you may call it as in prose. But most of the writing is in iambic pentameter. So iambic pentameter is simply a line which has 10 syllables divided into 5 feet, and each of the feet will have one syllable which is unstressed, followed by a stressed syllable. So one foot consisting of two syllables, in which there will be first syllable will be unstressed, the next one will be stressed, and repetition of such type of 5 feet, that will be iambic pentameter. So IM stands for unstressed followed by stressed kind of combination of the syllables. So iambic pentameter, penta means 5. So iambic pentameter is the length of the line in which there will be 10 syllables, 10 syllables divided into 5 feet, and they will have the same pattern of unstressed followed by stressed and combined together called as iambic pentameter. The rhyming pattern of the Williams of the Shakespearean sonnets are also famously known. There are three quatrains and it is followed by a couplet. So three quatrains and a couplet amounts to 14 lines. And the scheme of the rhyming is AB in the first quatrain. Then you see completely different set of rhyming words, CD. Then you move on to third stanza, which will also have a different kind of rhyming scheme, EF. And then finally comes GG. So you can see here that one stanza does not have any word which has correspondence to the next stanza, the words in the next stanza. That means every stanza will have a kind of standalone situation, and the last two lines will be rhyming with each other. So this is the rhyming pattern of the Shakespearean sonnets. So up to this time, we have seen Shakespeare's biographical details, where he was born, when was he born, and what kind of place was it. And we have also seen who his parents were. We have also seen the river Avon and the birthplace of William Shakespeare. And then we have seen how many sonnets he has written, and which sonnets are um, having different kind of themes, and we have also seen the themes of William Shakespeare's sonnets. In 1609, Thomas Thorpe published Shakespeare's sonnets. So up to the time of 1609, these sonnets were not published. Now, these sonnets were without author's permission. They were published in a quarto format, along with Shakespeare's long poem, The Passionate Pilgrims. Quarto format is a kind of term used in printing technology when a big sheet of paper is divided into four parts, or when you look at the printed page, which is a quarter of the full sheet, it is called as quarto format. So his sonnets and his long poem, The Passionate Pilgrims, Passionate Pilgrims, they were published in a publication by Thomas Thorpe in the year 1609. Out of the 154 sonnets, the first 126 sonnets were dedicated to a WH. Now, today also people discuss about the real identity of this WH, but there are many people who have suggested different kind of names. One of them is William Herbert, the Earl of Pembroke, and he is frequently suggested because Shakespeare's first folio, 1623, was dedicated to him. So there is some logic behind this attribute that who is actually a WH. So there are chances that William Herbert might have been the person to whom these sonnets are dedicated. But still, people discuss various kinds of theories. But one name that is continuously in discussion and in wide acceptance is William Herbert. And the remaining 28 sonnets were dedicated, addressed to an unknown dark lady. Again, who is this dark lady? People have discussed in detail about that, and still that remains a mystery. So, with these words, I would like to conclude myself. So, we have seen up to this time what the sonnets are and how these sonnets somehow deal with the themes of love and the love triangle and the trappings of passions, etc. In the coming lecture, we are going to directly deal with sonnet number 144. I hope that you have understood whatever we have seen.